Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Thursday and welcome to Witch Life. This month we have been focusing on the voice, and today we're going to be talking about overcoming nerves so we can use our voice. Now, back in the day, I remember the comic Jerry Seinfeld. He had this bit about how the number one of fear that people had was public speaking, and death was number two. And he just couldn't get over it, or the implication, as he phrased it, that at a funeral, you're better off being in the coffin than giving the eulogy. I mean, it's absolutely astonishing to him. Now, of course, we can never be sure what kind of reception we'll receive when we do speak up, whether in large things or small, even if we present our ideas well, with a spirit of reasonableness and a decently groomed appearance. There's always going to be someone who's going to criticize us no matter what. And on occasion, they won't even listen to what we have to say before they begin to criticize. Believe me, I know I am not immune to this. Some of the comments I've gotten on BitChute in particular have been equal parts venom and ignorance, and a few of those had to be seen to be believed. Now, thankfully, that isn't all the time, but it does occur. Now, the fact that human beings are being reduced to just what team jersey they are at least perceived to wear. This is a trend that has been reinforced and amplified via social media, and it doesn't help. None of the things that are going on right now is helping with that, because it just herds people more and more often into this mentality that just refuses to entertain ideas at all. Even ideas they agree with. It's just slogans and comply, obey, get on with it, hate on the person who doesn't do those things. It's a trend of groupthink and just mindless submission. Now, this heightens the need for independent thinkers to speak up in whatever area of life that particular thinker is focused upon. But it would be dishonest to pretend that our current environment doesn't make nasty reactions more probable. So we should be prepared, and we should also reinforce ourselves and try to build up our confidence so that we're a little bit more equal to these occasions when the nastiness turns our general direction. Because as witches, we know we are called to take on challenges, rise up and meet them, not run away. But there's no one-size-fits-all approach that's going to work for everyone, so we have to take our own personal temperament into account. Are we more introverted or extroverted? Are we more inclined to see the big picture, or are we detail-oriented? Do we lead with our heads or with our hearts? And let's not discount the power of our past experiences. Whether we received praise or censure for being outspoken in our past, especially when we were children, that has played a role in how we perceive the importance or lack thereof of getting approval or disapproval. It also affects the manner in which we approach risk-taking. And in truth, that all plays a part in shaping our thought process and resulting behavior. If we take a realistic inventory of ourselves, it will become more clear what specifics we need to work on as individuals to help build up our confidence and our courage. And that is an individual journey that is going to vary broadly from person to person. So what about general ideas to help keep our nerves under control when we do decide to speak up? Luckily, there are a few things that tend to make that easier for most people. First, I would say, know your mission. What are you doing? Can you define why it's important? And if you have a good answer for that, then that's half the battle won already. At least you know why you went to the trouble to begin with. The second is know your facts. Because even in the realm of philosophy, religion, analysis, and opinion, facts do actually matter, even if our evaluation of those facts tend to vary quite a bit. But the facts themselves do need to be taken into account. So learn everything you can about your subject or your topic and just take the time to digest it. Look at it from multiple angles and always, always, always consider real-world consequences if an idea is implemented or if it's removed or if it is maintained. It's important to have an idea of that when you are presenting your ideas, especially if you are hoping to persuade someone. And then the third thing I would keep in mind is real-world manifestations of your point. Can you point out practical examples of what you are talking about? Is there evidence to suggest that it's more than just an isolated case? or just, one individual person? Is it broader spectrum than that? And conversely, can you look at and identify what happens when the opposite of your idea is implemented and what effect that has? Showing people what something means to them and how it affects them helps them connect with your line of reasoning, and making those connections also feeds into our courage and being able to speak up again whenever the occasion calls for it. Now, these are just general ideas, but I didn't want to get too bogged down to where the idea of overcoming our nerves becomes overwhelming. So I will leave it here for right now. I would love to hear your thoughts, especially if you're wanting to get into more specifics or you're needing to brainstorm with someone. Let me know in the comments section, or even better, come see me on Discord at Blackbird's Brew. There's a link to join in the description box below. Unlike YouTube or Rumble or BitChute, there is absolutely no ambiguity. If someone wants to contact me on Discord, I will absolutely see it. So that is the most reliable way to get in touch with me if you're wanting to discuss this any further. So I think that will do for the present time. I will see you in another video. Bye.